Hey guys, welcome to the Friday, oh my gosh, I think I forgot the name of this show actually. The final thought of Friday's final thought, like, man, am I killing it right now. You just have to have a little bit of laughter every once in a while because what's life without laughing at yourself? All right, so you guys, welcome to the show, and I am so happy to be here because I have some really awesome new friends in town, and I'm saying in town because I am in Houston right now. I am at this amazing cigar lounge called Clubhouse Cigar, and it's in Tomball, Texas. Tomball, Texas. Like, let me tell you, I am feeling like some serious Texas lately. It is crazy. Hi, John. How are you? So, you guys, I have a special guest. If you have not, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I love Texas, except for the traffic and how long it takes to get anywhere. I'm sorry. I am a little spoiled, but we're good. Okay. So, you guys, it is beautiful here, and this lounge is gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see the humidor behind me. It's amazing. So if you haven't been out here to Tomball, Texas to check out Clubhouse Cigar, you're missing out because it's fabulous, and the people here are fabulous. All right. So I also have a new friend that I met on the internet. I know it's crazy, right? We meet people on the internet, but I did, and he's fabulous. We had a great talk this past Tuesday, actually, on IG Live. If you were able to catch that, it was, I mean, very enlightening. I wanted it to be something that was not. I love meeting this guy because he's doing the same thing that we're talking cigar and conversations. We don't always have to talk about the cigar, as you need to just have conversations while you're smoking cigars. So that was my big, big happy. Okay. Huh? Okay. So, sorry guys. So yeah, it has been fabulous, and I'm super excited now to have him actually on my show. So I hope that you guys will all welcome. His name is Brian. It's Reveals. Brian Reveals. And you know what? I'm just gonna let him introduce himself and give you a little bit of snippet about what he does, and then we're gonna get into some really juicy conversation. So don't go anywhere. Ryan!
Hey, what's up? It was great.
Hi!
I don't feel like I have to say anything. I think when you said my name, that was enough, Melanie.
That's true, but these guys are following me on Facebook, and hey guys, and so a lot of times, I bring in new people. They may not be on Instagram, they may not have seen it, so it's just fun to like give them some insight so that way they can fall in love with you just like I did.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the warm introduction and reception. My name is Brian Reveals, and I'm so happy to join Melanie this evening. As you mentioned on Tuesday, we had an incredible conversation, conversation. So, as a talk show host and the host of the Brian Reveals show, what I've done is I've taken a segment of my show and just started to tour around Dallas a little bit. And I have to say, this is my first show that I've done, not just of course on Instagram, but first live show that I did about 2 weeks ago, post pandemic. So really excited to get out there, really excited to connect, handshake hands with the people, pick up a couple of cigars and talk shit, which is exactly what we're going to do tonight. So with that, the show that Melly and I did on Tuesday night was just standard conversation, right? We shared a couple of our favorite cigars. We shared, maybe some whiskey items that we were, just feeling at the moment. So definitely feel free to go by Melanie. Check that out. You can come by my page at Brian Easy. A couple of the topics that we had on today, we're going to be, one of them is about sexting, right? Sexting is, who doesn't like it? Who doesn't love it? Who hates it, right? That was all about, just fun, crazy conversation. Be able to kick that off was great. And then the last segment we did that evening was about cheating, right? Part of that conversation we're going to touch tonight, and it has a lot to do with some of the things that men may do to make ourselves available on Instagram or, different ways that we position ourselves when it comes to cheating. So I'm so excited to be able to rehash that conversation and let's have a good time tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? Hopefully, Chevalier is going to show up with his final thoughts of a classic man. I really hope, but I do know that he is in Houston right now.
Yeah.
Or no, Austin actually. I believe he's in Austin doing the cigar festival there. So you guys, okay, you're from Dallas or you're from Texas. I mean, obviously you live in Dallas, but man, oh snap, I'm wrong. My God,
I'm a transplant. I am a
pulling
transplant.
out all,
But you know
pulling out
what?
all
Let
the
me
stops
say
on
this,
me.
because I don't want anybody to kidnap me, because Texans are really crazy. So what I will say is that, I've been here for 7 years. And I mean, if you're going to move out of New York, you may as well go to a place where, number one, you can see your money, you can afford it, and you can meet some nice people. This is a great place.
Mhm.
But yes,
Oh
I
my
live
gosh.
in Dallas. Yes.
How about though that every cigar, I think every great deal goes down in a cigar lounge though. I mean, you have met a lot of great people in cigar lounges and, I know that for a fact. And
Yeah.
so have I, because I met you. And well,
I
oh my
met
God, all of the people out there watching.
Yeah. Texas, I gotta say, in a few places around the country that I've been, I can say that Texas is a little bit more outlandish when it comes to cigar culture. It's not as stiff, it's not as controlled. It's like a party atmosphere, and it does take a little bit of time to get used to if you're not used to Texas culture. But once you're embraced, once you're welcomed in, I think that everybody, if they make you feel like family, whether it's Dallas,
Yeah.
Houston, Austin, San Antonio, it's all love.
How about the amount of cigar smokers out here and the amount of lounges? I mean, you guys are spoiled. Like, what the heck? Where is all these lounges where we come from?
Absolutely. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's what it is. I think that I don't know. I think that Texas is just a very unique place, and if something catches on, everybody wants to participate in it. And some places may not be accessible. Some places are a little bit more crowded than others. And I like that versatility. That versatility, you're going to get some calm places, and most of the places here that are the larger, venues are all about a party. So you gotta love it.
Yeah, I don't hate
Yeah,
it. I mean, I do need to get some sleep, Texas, but you're running me wild. I love it. Thank you.
right. Yeah,
But Nate, you're exactly right about the friendliness around Texas, and just of course being in a cigar lounge, everybody's very friendly there, And but yeah, even I got to give a big shout out to Jay Davis for one. He is, oh my gosh, and we got more. Yeah, I know I've got so many of it. So for one, I just want to give a shout out to Jay Davis because he hosted the Blue Smoke and allowed me to do the bourbon tasting, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was awesome. And I gotta give a big old fat happy birthday to that guy who is gonna have a birthday on Sunday. So
yeah,
happy birthday, Jay. We hope that you have an awesome time and find some time to relax.
absolutely. What's up, Jay? That was a great place. I gotta come by. And speaking of birthdays, Tom has a birthday. Tom, if you're watching, happy birthday. It's his birthday this weekend, so
Aw.
please have fun in Austin.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday. Now, then here's my next stop. So on Sunday, so today I am at the Clubhouse Cigar in Tomball, Texas. Now I'm actually going tomorrow to Houston to see maybe Nish or, there's some other bunch of people out there. So I'm going to hopefully be able to see some of them tomorrow at this, what is it, the Houston, or is that the Texas Cigar Festival or is that the Houston Cigar?
I don't know. You kind of got me on that one. I know the one that's okay. So if you're talking about Austin, I think it's the Texas Cigar Festival. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
There's so many
Yeah,
of
so
them. Like how I
I know.
can't keep track.
Oh my God, there is. I mean, especially down here, I was like, okay, well, everybody's here this weekend. I like it.
Yeah.
Picasso, let's do it. But yeah, so I mean, this has been a ton of fun, and yeah. So on Sunday, you guys, if you're around Texas, I'm going to be in Bastrop, Texas, and that is going to be at the Copper Shot Distillery, which bourbon.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop. I'm excited. So it's going to be a good time. So come by there and see us. And also, Tom from Placencia is having a birthday that day as well. So we're going to be celebrating a birthday and having some bourbon and cigars. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta love it.
Sounds exciting.
So I know it has been definitely a full week, and I'm so happy that I got the chance to come here and be able to do this for sure. So definitely a fantastic time. Now I want to show you something, you guys. They actually have excellent bartenders, like mixologists. Yes, sir.
See, we didn't have all of that. We
Oh, then
didn't.
he's got a cowboy hat and everything.
Yeah.
Woo! Look at that. All right.
Sure.
See, now this is what I'm talking about. I don't know how I'm gonna make it home, but I'm gonna talk about. See, now that's Texas. That's Texas love right there.
Let's get started. I'll take you home.
Okay. This is awesome. So, oh my gosh, why don't you tell us a little bit? This is Brian. Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Tell him who you are. Tell him what you do a little bit, and give us a little synopsis about this new wonderful place you got.
I appreciate it. So I'm Robert. I'm a bartender here at Clubhouse Cigar Bar. Our main focus is on high-end bourbons, quality cigars. They just go hand in hand. I mean, how can you go wrong?
It's true, really. But having I think at a cigar lounge, and you guys have a full bar. I'm talking, it is like overflowing with options. You guys really have the ability to mix not just a drink, but you mix the drink with the cigar to really open up their palate and give a whole new experience, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got bourbons that'll pair with just about any of the cigars that we have. I don't know if you can see the humidor back here. We've got a large selection, everything from flavors to robust. And I've got all the bourbons to match.
Ooh,
Going
and
down, no doubt.
that's knowledge right there. I mean, that's value. I like it. Hey, come down to Clubhouse Cigar, you guys. It's in Tomball, Texas. I can't help but say that. Tomball, Texas. Like,
Or the Woodlands. You can call it the Woodlands.
oh, the Woodlands. Okay, I did hear that more often tonight. So yeah, the Woodlands. So you guys definitely come check it out. They've got lots. They'll make you feel amazing. You will have options. You'll have a great time. And it's a beautiful bar.
And you
My
get
goodness.
me.
Oh, and you get this cowboy. I like it, cowboy. I like it. Thank you so much. So, all right, you guys, definitely check this place out. Look it up, follow it, and if you're down here, come and check and come see it. Come say hi to Robert. Get a drink. Now, moving on. Let's get down and dirty, because I like it. I like it. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you lead, because this is your show.
Oh no, Melanie, I didn't get a contract. We got to talk business if it's my show now. Oh, it's so good. I appreciate you for giving me a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
One of the things that as we were talking about last week, earlier this week, Tuesday, was about what happens when people are sexting and putting things in DMs, whether it's appropriate, whether it's not appropriate. A lot of the attention goes pretty much to women, right? Because to me, women are more vocal about receiving them, the ones that are inappropriate, putting that on blast. But
Yeah.
men get them too, right? Now, one of the topics that came up, speaking about men get them too, is there something that men are doing that is suggestive in order to maybe influence that? Because we know that women who are scantily clad, women who dress very provocative, as we discussed, that seems to be an incentive. Now, the question now tonight is, what are men doing, right?
Yeah.
What are we
It's
doing?
It's not wearing a short cut skirt. I mean,
Oh no.
I'll call it. But
Well, that
that's
depends on what you're
interesting.
into. There are groups for that. There are groups for that. Not that I would.
Oh,
I don't know shit about that. But I have to say, that the flashy element, with the car in front of the home, flashing,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm just saying that's a call we call behaviors call.
Now, exactly. You know what? I actually have a special guest who dresses extremely well, and he's a cowboy in my head. That man's got some, and I believe he wants to come in and say hi. So I think I'm gonna introduce you to this fabulous fellow. And Carlito.
Hey
Hi.
guys, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up, Carlito?
Oh, I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great, man. Listening to you and everything, and man, I got a lot to learn. But you know what? I'll learn that. I'll never catch up to you, but I'll keep learning from you. Hi, Mel. Happy Fuente Friday.
Happy Fuente Friday.
I'm actually been nonstop all day. I flew in from the Dominican Republic, and I'm now in South Florida, Miami, and I'm here with my brother Manny. You know, Manny. Wait, where's Manny?
What's up? Hi, Melanie.
Manny,
How are you? What's
Why
going on,
don't you
brother?
get Carlito a light? We gotta get
Right here with the main guy right here.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you could hear him, but here.
Oh, we can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear.
Oh,
him.
you can? Yes. No,
Hello?
Yeah. Of course you can hear me screaming in my ear.
Wow, look at that. A microphone. Okay, Carlito, I'm gonna
Actually,
have to
this is very important. This because we have having dinner now, but Carlito is priority. Be right there, okay?
Now,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're all very special to me. And
Yes.
everything. I know that you're on, and I just wanted to
Come
say
on.
hello. You know, we're having dinner. It's been a very, very busy day for me. I just flew in, getting ready. I had to check my tux. And guess what, Mel?
What?
It's a little loose on me, and I couldn't close the button before. Yeah, little by little. So they're going to just, I told them, hey, I want you to maybe take it in a little bit, squeeze it in a little bit at the sides, because I'm ready for the photographs. But little by little, I'm going to get there. But I'm excited. The wedding next weekend, and we're all flying to not South Carolina. We're flying to Santa Fe. We're flying to Santa Fe in New Mexico for my daughter's wedding, and I'm just very excited. Long day, but happy to see you. So what have you guys been doing?
Well, we had a really amazing discussion on Instagram Live on Tuesday about cheating and sexting. And we also talked about how men, when a lot of men may want to say women want to be provocative, but then men can also be provocative in different ways.
Well, listen, that's a very sensitive subject, especially with me. Now, the more productive,
It's only sensitive if you're guilty, brother. Let's not do that.
Wait a minute. But I love women that are provocative. I don't care if they're 26 or they're 86. But when you say men being provocative, I feel left out because I don't think I'm capable of that any longer. But women, of course, man. Of course,
you'll be there next week.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. I myself was with our dear friend Matthew from Smoking Tobacco, Matthew Tobacco. I was on his show today with Cynthia, speaking about Cigar Family Charitable Foundation and the raffles that we have going on and everything, but all the money goes to the foundation. So I hope everybody looks into that also, and please support, because giving back is one of the greatest gifts that one can receive when you learn how to give for others. So I'm gonna hijack your show and remind people that Cigar Family Charitable Foundation is the real thing.
Okay, well, I'll give you you know what? Go ahead and you tell him right now. Go for it.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. You take care. I'm gonna get back to dinner. I hope you guys I'll be listening, but I can't chew and talk. And I got this delicious rucola with truffles and carpaccio and everything. And I hate, even though it's very dark in this restaurant, I just don't want to be speaking to you and people trying to figure out what's in between my teeth and everything, So I'm going to take a break from the canvas, but I'll be listening and wish you both a wonderful, 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 wonderful rest of the show. And Brian, thank you for all your contribution always. You be well, my brother, okay? You take care. Melanie, you know how much I love you. You're special. Hey, by the way, I saw you today. I think it was on one of your, what do you call those, screens or stories? And you and you had on lipstick, and I
I
wanted to. Oh, I can't see that well. I'm on my phone, and you're like this big, but you look really, really nice. Very nice with the lipstick. So I congratulate you. And again, happy Fuente Friday. Y'all be well. God
Mwah.
bless. Love you. Brian, you take care. Have a good night.
Thank you, brother.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So that is awesome. He
Yeah,
is fabulous. So yeah, so I wanted to let him pop in, definitely say hi. I always appreciate his support. So you know who he is. He makes the open stacks that we smoked the other night.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Always good to
right.
see returning people. You have such an amazing following and group of support. So that's
I
always
got
good.
I definitely
Absolutely.
got lucky. I got lucky with a guy with a family like that for sure. But
Yeah.
you know what? Let's get back down to
Yes.
business, and I'm gonna let you finish, or I'll let you continue.
Right. So, where we left off was, guys who basically are provocative or show availability, right? By whether it's flashing money or cars or really prestige, things that are meant to allure women, right? That's how
Yeah.
many of us are using those types of calling cards to advertise availability, and the result of that is sexting, all different kinds of things,
Ooh.
right? And frankly, I don't. There's no reason for us to have an issue with it. There's no reason for us to have an issue with it. I mean, it's definitely one-sided, but I don't think that that's hypocritical, like someone tried to bring up to me the other day. I don't think so.
Oh,
Dynamics
really?
are different. Dynamics are different.
Hmm.
Just saying.
I mean, I think that it is a way. It's definitely a technique, and that's okay because we have techniques as well. We're animals. I mean, we are
Yeah.
human. We do have this natural attraction, even though we're civilized. And we try to act like, civilized adults all the time. But still, there is that level of humanity where we all have that natural attraction to people. And so I think that one of the, definitely one of the ways that guys can do that is obviously with different types of money situations or with their, jewels or anything like that. It's the same thing as a woman going out and showing off, what she has, I feel like. And really, I didn't think about that until we were sitting there talking about it. And I was like, well, they do it too, and it's okay, but it's okay for women to do it too. It's
Yes.
just like let's put this into perspective. We're trying to attract you. It's more like you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. But okay, so
Okay.
someone did say this to me the other day, Melanie, because just like what we're speaking about right now in terms that it's okay for men to do it and it's also okay for women to do it. I'm with
Mhm.
you, right? Because if you weren't sending them, then I wouldn't get them.
Ah!
So of course it's okay. It's okay. But a young lady tried to tell me that, oh, you're being that's not right. The world doesn't work that way. If it's wrong for women to send it, it should be wrong for men to send it because someone told her that it was inappropriate for a woman to do. And I was like, well, I don't really, I don't really see it that way. But the pushback is that you may not be perceived as girlfriend material if you're doing that before
Ooh,
a relationship.
that's a good point. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a really good point. Listen, and that's to each their own. That's why it's so important, to keep your opinions to yourself sometimes. But but it's important to walk up to every person with curiosity, and
Mhm.
not go up there with judgment. It's just
Yeah.
like it's I think that you just either have to appreciate, you can obviously tell if somebody is like all about, if a woman is just all about it, okay,
Yeah.
maybe she's not girlfriend material. But if she's just out one night and wearing something really beautiful, we're probably not wearing it for you. We might be wearing it for us.
Yes. Women do not dress for men when women dress very, very, very provocatively. it's generally for other women. Now,
Oh my God, that's good. Yeah, you're right. That is
absolutely,
a good point.
absolutely. And I learned that very early because I dated probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever dated. And she, at the time, was a yoga instructor. So not only was she beautiful, but she felt the need to quote unquote advertise her assets.
Okay.
I can't say that I was uncomfortable with it, but I did find it strange. You know what I mean? Because it was sometimes it was never distasteful, but it was always close enough for me to ask the question, "Baby, what are you doing? Go back in the room, change clothes. We're going to Ruth Chris, or we're going to, I don't know, the Palm. You can't dress like that going there. Like we're not
Yeah.
going. Yeah, like this is what you wear for me. You don't wear this for the entire restaurant. What are you doing?" So basically, it was kind of one of those scenarios where she and I had to like just really kind of have that conversation, and that's what came out of it. And it was a hard pill to swallow, but sometimes we have to put our egos in check and compromise.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now, and that's another thing. I love communication. Let me tell you, I find, and this is where I think a lot of things are underutilized, is that, it's, you can dress provocatively. Maybe I dress provocatively, but the most important thing is that we have communication
right.
between each other. It's like just, and really, I do find that very attractive when somebody can just tell me exactly what it is, they're thinking versus like keeping, staying quiet, or just not saying
Yeah.
anything at all. It's like, it's so much, it's just is so revealing, I guess. And maybe that's where you are more attracted to maybe well, people do it on the internet all the time. They talk about an insecurity and then boom, they get a big following because that is because they've allowed it,
Yeah. I
like,
mean, in some cases, and that's the danger of social media is you could express vulnerability and all of a sudden it turns into trauma bonding. Who wants that?
oh,
You know what I
oh
mean?
no, yeah,
Who
ooh.
wants that? I don't want a 30,000 pity follower. Pity. Well, actually, that's a good one. I don't want 30,000 pity motherfuckers following me because, at the end of the day, Melanie, sometimes we all need motivation. Sometimes we all need, that extra encouragement. And
Mhm.
if you follow me because it's a woe is me kind of dynamic, do you have the ability to be encouraging? So I think there's a lot of responsibility for people who are in the public eye to be that person
Yes,
and be the one who encourages, be the one who's motivational. And I get it, not
yes,
everybody can do it, but every once in a while you want to throw one in there just to show that you got a pulse, you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
And you know what? That just gets me going because I just thinking about all the times where a lot of people never speak up, you
yeah,
know, and closed mouths don't get fed. But it also, it's if you have the influence, which I know that a lot of people in this industry have created a following just by showing their cigars or creating, a commonality over the internet. It's a huge deal, and so it's like, take that time. If you guys have got an audience, say some positive things, or even reach out to a new person who's starting to do that, and invite them on a live or invite them on a show, or just go and maybe don't really tell them what to do, but you can you can definitely give them some support, if they ask
yeah,
questions. I love doing that. It's like, the more I find that people want my advice, which I'm like, why do you want my advice? But I love to be able to help, because really, once they do, I come up with some really easy ways that I may have did a while back, and they can pull it together, and they're like, wow, that was great, and they get, and just for me to tell them like, hey, you have every ability to be able to do this. You can't. It's just, like, why not lift those people up? So I'm
yeah,
all about the fight to reunite.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you find that you need motivation more? Or do you
Oh my
find
God.
that you give motivation more?
I do give a lot of motivation, and I tend to get a little drained by it, because
Mm,
it's, I'm constantly just smiling and sharing and loving people. And it's not that I get tired of it, but I can tell my energy will just start to drain a little bit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but I love it, and I will still do it forever just because it's one of those things where it's worth it. It's worth it, You never know what that person is going through. And if I'm a little drained, I get some sleep. It's like get some sleep, relax. You can take a day off. But I am so well practiced in my positive my thought and the way that I look at things that it's super easy for me to just switch into a mode where I can help somebody else and plus it just is, it's just the right thing to do. Like
it's just the right thing to do. I wish I had that. I wish.
I know, but I like your style.
wish.
You know what? That's another, but that's okay because I love it that everybody's so different because that's where we really can collaborate and really, the fact that you're here with me makes it so much better for me. So I appreciate that, so it's not that I need everybody to be supportive, but I also do appreciate the people, and Carlito, he has a huge, it's like I wouldn't be able to do this without those guys. So I'm really, and you right now, like this is so helpful. Yeah, and even coming on the live, I'm super excited to do those more. So it's definitely like you're going to meet, and here's another thing that I heard this week, is that you attract the right people. If you attract the right people, you have to you have to be okay with repelling the wrong ones.
Oh, that's at the top of the list. Yeah, I want to attract the right people so I can repel the wrong.
Right.
I wish I would have learned that at 7. I would have get out, But I think
exactly.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I can say that I do consider myself to be a person because I'm in my core, I'm a teacher, and when you are a teacher, you have all different kinds of people who come to you and who are attracted to you and who feel some sort of way about your gift. Now, I can exercise my gift in a lot of different ways. Media happens to be the way that I am the most effective because there's scale in media. So I think that, creatively being able to exercise that kind of platform is how I can do the most, have the most contribution to humanity, to people who follow me, whatever, But when it's an energetic thing, meaning in person or even digitally, like you said, it does get to be like a little bit of a drain and a little bit of a depletion of your energy because you got to be fired up. It's coming from somewhere. It's not based on some randomness. It's something that actually comes through you if it's coming through you the right way. So, all of that voltage and stuff going through you, you just want to take a nap. And I'm like, I've been talking for 10 minutes. It's like, get me a break.
And and I'm just gonna, here's the other thing is that again, you're gonna repel the wrong people. Well, guess what? They're probably gonna be haters, and that's what also you have to climb over and take the high road constantly. And it's practice, really. It's just practice of always doing that and not ever thinking about trying to put somebody down, if they put you down. And I'm not perfect because I know I probably said some things, but it's definitely one of those things that you can practice and it makes a huge difference. That person may be having just such a bad day, or maybe they're just having a bad year. And so they pick, the wrong road. I'm okay with that. We can get you, we just need to put the directions in, Google, find the right way.
Right.
But usually I think what's so, I don't know, I guess eye-opening about my life, my experiences, is that a lot of people apologize to me. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I really, and every time they do, I forgive you. Like, you're not ever going to I'm never going to hold a grudge. And I just think that is one of those things that is like, if they come back around, oh man, I get excited. I'm like, this is the way it should be, and I'll just Go ahead. What does he say? These guys are all, I love these guys. Okay, so Cisco's been around the block. Yep, she has life experience to share it. Aw, that's so awesome. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. And it's, that's what's that is funny too, is that, I don't claim to be the expert because I don't want to be your expert. I want to, send you to the experts, like the Professor Show. Go and watch that this weekend at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're actually going to have the beautiful Arlene on, Arlene Beckton. And so it's going to be a great talk. And, those are where I want you to go and learn from the actual legends of the cigar stories, of the history of it. But I just want to have fun because I want to attract people that may not even smoke cigars. Maybe they try them. Maybe they, maybe they don't have a hobby and they need one. And it's like, I don't want to scare them about, throwing, all this information at them at one point. It's like, no, let's just come in and laugh and have a good time. And oh my gosh, those late night lives on IG are so much fun. Although I got to go to bed soon. It's like, I got to start going to bed a little earlier.
Yeah,
it's just hard.
It's hard at that time. So, I'm an old man. So, 11 o'clock, I'm snoring.
Hey, what was it? I heard the other day, it was like, why is it, maybe I can't even remember where I heard this joke, but it was like, why is it that like they're over here mad at us if we snore? It's like I'm doing it on purpose. She's like, why are you snoring so loud? He's like, I didn't know I'm snoring over here. Like, you just woke me up. Like, it's like, it's not my fault. Oh my gosh. I just love these, like all these reels and stuff that are flying all over the internet. Oh my God. It is. Our whole world is turning into a laughing, matter, which I think is actually great that people are finding ways to laugh and cut up online and be their own comedian. It really is cool. We just hit about 5,000 topics in one.
Yeah. I do have another one though. So this is the one that I want to spring on you. Okay, so Vicky, I think her name is Vicky White. Vicky White. Have you heard of Vicky White? Vicky White and Casey White. You've been busy this week.
I'm sorry.
So Vicky White Vicky White was a corrections officer in a prison. And for a couple of years, she was having a sexual affair with an inmate.
Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to show face right there.
Shout out to the prison community and the correction officers who are watching.
Yes.
So.
And thank you.
So apparently, they had this very, engaged relationship that nobody knew about. It's amazing. All of those cameras, and they couldn't tell people was getting it in. It's crazy. So apparently, she helped this guy escape from prison. They were on the run for a week, maybe or two. And as they're catching up with her or whatever, she killed herself. She put a gun to her head and killed herself. And they took him back to prison. So, right?
Yeah, not a good situation.
The question is not about what happened. The question is about being a prisoner of love. Being a prisoner.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Because I think that for me, it's definitely something that on the surface, the shit is fucked up. But at the end of the day, it goes much deeper. Because I always look for the lesson beyond the surface. Now, even though that his body was in shackles, his mind was too. What leads a person to be in a relationship and in love for a long time with someone who is a prisoner of anything, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's trauma, whether it's all of that stuff? What leads a person to you?
I have so many ideas of what could, but the first thing that comes to my mind is people who want to fix a person. That's the first thing that comes to my head. Yeah, I know that. I didn't think too deep, but I'm like thinking, it's like they like to fix people, and that is annoying. Like I do not.
hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Talk about the dating. Just, oh my God. There's so many things I can talk
That's
about. That's so
crazy.
funny. Yeah.
My thing is, you know, he gotta be giving her that prison wood. Not to be inappropriate, but for real. I think, because if you took, okay, the lady does look like she sniffs pine saw for fun. You know what I'm saying? She does. She
I
looks like,
can't laugh though. She's passed away. It's all
oh,
right.
okay, well, I'm sorry. God bless the dead. But when she was alive, she looked like that. My thing was, my thing is, okay, not to poke fun, but I do think I do think that if a person lives a pretty linear life, right? Linear, straight and narrow, not necessarily a lot of excitement, because she did live with her mom. She didn't really have much of an active life. I do think the fantasy of that option
Ooh.
really kind of turned her on a little bit. So I think
Oh.
it's the whole forbidden aspect.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
do think it probably was a little bit of a fetish. Could be, could have
Mm.
been. It certainly was for him, or whatever was going to get his ass out those gates. He would have slept with a dog. But,
Oh my God, exactly. Oh my God, that's not good either. Jesus.
I mean, if he was going to sleep with men, he may as well sleep with a dog. My thing is that, I think at the end of the day, it's just that story was really crazy. You know what I mean? It was really, really crazy.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It's really crazy and it's really sad because one person probably has a motive of something, completely different, and that, where the journey took both of them is definitely not, you know, not the smartest thing. Definitely not smart. I don't know what,
Right.
but I mean, I could see how, somebody could, definitely talk you into not, I don't know. I don't think I would fall for a rendezvous at a prison, but you could it's insecurities by one of
Yeah.
somebody. There is definitely an insecurity, and I would agree with the insecurity if she definitely was about to kill herself, or if she did. It's kind of like she got to a point where she's like, okay, now I'm really wrong, and now
Mhm.
I'm really not going to be able to come out of this or find, maybe just a peaceful out. And I feel
Yeah.
bad. Oh my God, and my heart just goes out to her because it's like she was probably just doing what she thought was maybe the right thing, and who knows
Yeah.
what she knew, what she didn't know.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. And the other part of that is, when you think about people who are just kind of looking at it on the other side, looking at her side and then now looking at his side, when you have an imprisoned mindset and opportunity comes, you will latch on to anything. Literally. You
yeah,
will latch on
yeah,
to anything. Even if it's that right, because for a guy who says he loved her, she's putting her job at risk. She's putting her reputation at risk. She's putting many different factors at risk, right?
yeah.
You can't love someone and then do that. You can't. And you have blinders on when your mind is in prison. So I see it. I see the lesson on both sides. We got to add some humor because it's a little bit of a heavy story.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
but
but
how?
it's
I know.
definitely interesting.
I could talk about this for a while because it is, yeah, it's like there's so many scenarios that you could come out with, and you really do feel. I feel bad because these people are in those prisons, and the manipulation, I'm sure, is there with anybody, especially a prisoner. If they've probably gotten in trouble, there's probably, but also just with, I think, with a guard or somebody who's actually taking care of, yeah, you're right. They probably don't have very many options. It's
Yeah.
not where you meet a lot of people and you meet that one person, and maybe that person is giving you all of the accolades that you want to hear. Your
Mhm.
brain is going, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
And now that's interesting. You want to talk about, I love the fact that I've been learning a lot about thought work. And our brain has these like lizard brains where it's like a part of our brain is just looking for something that's either going to eat us or have sex with us or want to like, just like seriously, that's what our lizard brain is looking for constantly. It's like, yes, feed, sex, or hurt us. One of the two. It's like that's because it's survival. That's survival. So, a lot of times our lizard brain is sitting there just like constantly, and then our head, instead of watching our thoughts go by, we're actually taking them personally or really getting into them to create feelings, and then those feelings actually produce our actions. And so our actions are completely wrong because they're following a lizard brain,
Absolutely. And I think that's probably why social media has really raised anxiety to an all-time high. I mean, look at the amount of content that we digest, doing this all day.
Yeah.
And so if you think about this versus the thoughts that are going by and why your mind is racing and why it's 2 a.m. you can't turn it off.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that subconsciously we are training our brains to the lizard part of our brain to move into a particular direction that is anti self-preservation.
Yes, absolutely. Almost like, well, and that is a good point, but that comes with confidence and, understanding that you are important and that you do matter and that you deserve to be loved and you deserve to, just be loved, period. I guess, it's definitely one of those things where, yeah, it's confidence, I guess. I don't know if it's confidence, but it's secure
Clarity.
or clarity. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I say
good
it's
word.
clarity. And having a really good filter, because I think that, like you said, when thoughts or emotions, because emotion is just another form of a thought, it's just physical in the body. So
Mhm.
I think that, or more physical and felt in the body. I think that when we identify with those emotions, for example, I can only be happy when I'm with you, right? I've
Yeah.
certainly heard that. I can only be happy when I'm in a relationship. I can only be happy when I have a job. I can only be happy when I have a place to live. Those external factors, right,
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
definitely limited, and it will keep you from accessing happiness because happiness is accessible. You know,
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, you're right on the money with that because a lot of people will say, "Oh, I need to lose weight. Once I lose this weight, I'll be happy. Once I get that job, I'll be happy. And a lot of times you're so happy in amongst doing the journey
hmm
or getting to that point that a lot of times you lose it.
yeah,
Eventually you don't ever get there because you're right, it is limiting and you realize that you're still unhappy, but it's like you don't have to. You just have to decide every morning when you wake up that you have a chance to be happy. You literally have that chance every time. It's and
that's for
a
sure.
new day is a new day. Just get out there and be you. And really, everybody is so different. So who cares what everybody thinks? Because if we all sat here and picked on each other, well, that would definitely be valid. I'm sure there'd be valid things flying across all over the place.
Oh yeah. I mean, can you imagine, like, because you always think you're gonna grow out of being quote unquote bully, which I think is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
And
know I could grow into one. Really, I didn't know this was an option. But okay.
yes, it's so interesting because you think you get to a place in life as an adult where, okay, I'm done with all of the child high school stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And college stuff and all of the things that people do. But um, I know that people are internalizing criticism,
Yeah.
shame, disappointment, all of those things that are relationship oriented or engagement oriented or, just, having some level of interaction with other people. So not
Right.
taking things personal and expect people to be different. I wouldn't want everybody to be like me
Yeah.
because I got this. I don't want anybody else to, oh, you know, I like his swag, and No, I got it. I got it. Don't worry. You know, there can be no other Melanie. There can be no other Melanie Cisco. That can be like, you got it. This is your lane.
Hmm.
And so,
Yep.
how would you feel if you saw that some chick had adapted your swag? She's doing what you do, the cigars, doing the same lives. Like, how would you feel? Like, you would feel offended, you know?
Yeah, I know. No, and you know what? I've even like given it all to them at one point, just because I love, it's like they're asking me questions and I just give them a lot of not much anymore. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But
Right,
still, it's like, I'd reach, if they reached out to me, I want to help. And so that is tough whenever whenever you're given your time, attention, and then they come and I find it that they tend to want to like get to know all your followers and all
mm,
and it's like,
yeah,
okay, but
yeah,
you know what, here's the other thing, I don't mind sharing. These guys love to look at everything, and you just keep your thing going, and nobody can be me because they don't have the personality of me, and trust me, I can't repeat this. So to me, over and over and over again, one of the probably the most important lessons that I've learned doing this is the fact that you are an individual, and what you do and your personality is unique, and
mhm,
nobody can replace that. And that's what you have to truly believe in, is that, maybe not everybody's going to like you because you're going to attract the right ones and then you're going to repel the wrong ones, but that's
right,
great. I want the people that are going to buy from me, support me, love my products that I promote. And I find that a lot, especially in this community. I find a lot of people who want to support me, the consumers, the manufacturers as well, and a lot of the other products that are out there. And it's really, really heartwarming, to have that out there. And those are the people that I pay attention to. And if it's something else, I'm just like, don't, please don't bring that to me. If I don't hear about it, I'm okay. I
right.
don't need to hear about it. I'm definitely not into the drama. I was, I had hard times in high school. So whenever I got out of that, I was like, not having any more of this. So I
Yeah,
was definitely not the one doing the bullying, but I know how it feels, and I know how I don't want to make anybody else feel like that. And I sure as heck, just want to be supportive in the world, because you never know you don't know where that person might be, and that person may be on the verge of doing something very destructive, and I don't want to push them that way. I want them to,
no,
yeah, have a
no.
have a good time.
Not if a person has a conscience. You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
do think that in order to get there, you got to have compassion for people before you can have a conscience. And
Ooh,
it's not reversible. It's not.
it is not reversible.
No.
So usually at the end of this show, I usually have Chevalier come on and give his thoughts of a classic man. So I'm going to ask you, what is something that maybe one of the best pieces of advice that you've heard,
Oh my
maybe
God.
something maybe a thought that you've had while you're smoking a cigar that has been just really helpful to you in your life, or maybe you just have something interesting to tell us. I'm gonna let you do the
Hmm.
stuff.
Wow.
Classic.
I think that, just kind of one of the new things I've learned about where I am in my journey in life these days is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not necessarily, I think I had it wrong with my understanding because I was so consumed with everybody else's understanding about something that they had not crafted. Forgiveness,
Oh.
right?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And when they did, it was so surface level. I think I've gotten to a point in my life where I realized that for me, forgiveness was about releasing and letting go of what I couldn't control. And for the people or myself who abandoned me, who left me stranded, who didn't necessarily take care of my needs, again, myself included, I had to understand where I was and where they were at the time that it occurred, and knew and understood that they just didn't know. A lot of people don't have the capacity to know, and some people just, it doesn't occur to them to know. because if people know, then they will do better. So once I started to forgive those lessons, those people, I became lighter. I feel spirit. I mean, spirit because I'm consider myself to be a spiritual person. I just
Mhm.
feel lighter, and the more lighter you are, the more you can do what you just mentioned: draw people to you, and you don't feel drained when you are in
Yeah.
the room and when you are consumed. So, if I had to sum it up, I would definitely say deepen your understanding and relationship with the concept of forgiveness because it is pretty powerful.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, it is not about the other person. It's more about you and just letting that other. And listen, if you're gonna forgive them, you better know whether to stick around them or not. Because when they're dangerous, you can still forgive them. That's the
Right?
greatest part about it. It's like, okay, I know that you're a person that deserves forgiveness. I'm just not gonna hang around with you anymore because, well, you're a little
Right.
dangerous. And that's, boundaries. Those are
Mhm.
like, boundaries that you just set up for yourself. So yeah, so that is great information and amazing topic. So I am so excited that you came on here to do this with me. I hope we didn't scare Carlito off, but he is a fabulous dresser, but he's a very humble man and a good-hearted soul. There's one thing that I just love is that when I get to introduce Carlito to my people, or just the people out there that love him, they are just like, wow, like
Absolutely.
he is exactly what he says he is. So there are amazing people out there that, even though they make a lot of money, doesn't make them too much of anything.
Not able to be, relatable, which is
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
important.
it's very important. So I am so excited to have him and obviously you guys, they're doing a humongous charity event. So definitely go check out Smoking Tobacco, Smoking Tobacco, and I believe it's smokingtobacco.com, but you can also look up Smoking Tobacco on Facebook and find it as well. So go and check them out. Go ahead and give to that community, because the CFCF is a wonderful and amazing place. I mean, these children out there are just getting an amazing what is it called, an education, and they did not have that opportunity. There was nobody that was actually, they were out there in these little itty bitty villages, and when you see them, I'm talking, there's no electricity or anything. You're just amazed that these people are living like this, and they're happy as shit. I'm gonna say it. They're happy as shit. Like, they are just so happy. Yeah, it's like, this is great. But you know what? They woke up that morning and they decided that they were gonna be happy. They didn't wait for anything to come along. And they also do, of course, you meet somebody like Carlito Fuente, and he obviously makes it to where they're going to get a better education, because they're poor, obviously. So the best way to do it is, get the third world country out of the third world, is to absolutely create an education that these guys can support their community, go back into the community and give back to it, which they are totally down for, So it's an amazing situation that Carlito, the Fuente family, does down there. So you guys go check that out. And also this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, do not forget, we have the Professor Show, and we are going to have the lovely Arlene Beckton on there. And you guys, next Wednesday on my IG Live, follow my IG, and you will see we're going to have Steve Saka and Jay Davis, which is part of the PCA, on there debating the PCA. And I believe that Carlito will show up as well to give his little insight, because, well, he does. He likes to. He's a cowboy. He's a cowboy. I love it. It's great. So it's fantastic. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So you guys, this next week's gonna be fantastic. I'm so glad that you came on here, Brian. We had a great conversation, and I hope that you'll be back again. And then we'll definitely be planning another IG Live with you as well to get some other good talks in here. So thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
know, right? It's so much fun. All right, guys, happy Fuente Friday. Go out there and have a great time. Go by, check out some of your local lounges. Definitely give back to the DNOs, because they are important. And be sure to check us out this Sunday and follow me. Make sure you hit that button, hit the bell, so you get notified anytime I go live. And we shall see you next week. So happy Fuente Friday. All right. Bye, guys.